Wastelanders, I'm back. This is Gary, and this is a video response to RJ's knife. He had a open tag for, I think he called it Big and Littles. He basically wanted to see your longest folder and your smallest folder. And then he had a second part, I think it was the tallest folder, the tallest width of the blade or height. I don't know what you call it. I'll call it tall width. And he wanted to see the slimmest blade that you have. Tallest and slimmest. Longest and shortest. I wanted to answer his challenge. I don't order too many long knives. If I order a long knife, it's usually like a fixed blade. But I was looking through my collection and I remembered I have a really long, let's pull it out. I have a really long blade. It's the Civivi Picaro. So it's a 4-inch knife, or 4-inch blade, and it has a 5-inch handle. So it's like overall it's like 9 inches. So I have large size hands and it fits my hands perfectly, and then some. So I've always liked this knife. This is one of the I don't know if I had the Wyvern first or the Picaro, but this is probably the first or second knife or Civivi knife I have, and I really like it. In fact, I think these handles used to be tan. I dyed them red. This is before I started doing blend dyes, but the red sort of suits it. I always think of this knife as like a tactical knife because it's on bronze washers. It's not even on bearings, and pretty much a lot of Civivi knives are on bearings nowadays. So yeah, I don't know if the Picaro was super popular, but it's super popular with me. I love the blade. It has D2 steel. It's a drop point, of course. You can see that with your own eyes. It's a hollow grind. Not too many hollow grinds. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but a lot of Civivis I've bought in the past are flat grinds. Black stonewash finish. Pretty neat. I like the stonewash finish on this one. And you know, let's pause and pull out my scale. All right, let's see how much it weighs. Just for the hell of it. It's 4.34 ounces. So it's, for a big knife, it's not that heavy. So this was probably be my entry for a big. This is a big knife. The next closest I have to a big knife would be the dagger knives, and you can see this is bigger than the dagger knives. The dagger knives are almost 4-inch blades. Entry for the big. And the smallest knife, it's probably not my smallest knife if I really dug around, but it's pretty small. I couldn't seem to locate a smaller knife than this, other than an SD Classic Victorinox. So this blade is 1.5 inches long. The handle is 2.5 inches long, and overall it's 4-inch long knife. So it's pretty small. The features 9CR 18 MOV steel. It's a flat grind. It's, as you can see, it's a front flipper. And it features the double detent lockup system. And, oh yeah, it was designed by, I'll probably fuck his name up. Heel? I don't know. So let's weigh this knife. 1.41 ounces. So this is the littlest knife. This qualifies as a littles. You know, let's put this black one away and bring out his brother to represent him, because he's the same size, but it's a little bit easier to see on the table. Okay, yeah. So before I bring out the talls, I'm going to bring out the slims, or I'll call it slim. I don't know. Basically, let's take these gloves off. All right. I don't know why I had him on. So I don't know how I feel about the design of this knife. I would have placed the pocket clip on the bottom, because when you open the blade, it's kind of gets in the way with the keys. So I probably would have designed this. There's probably a reason maybe that it makes using the scissors easier when it's not on the other end, but I don't use the scissors much. So this blade is 1.5 inches long. It has a 2 1/4 inch handle, and overall it's like 3 3/4. So it's a little bit smaller than this when you think of it. Just about 1/4 inch. And yeah, it's 3/16 tall. So it's very, very, very small. Almost over an 1/8 inch, but just a 1/16 over an 1/8 inch. It features 5 tools, with one tool doing double duty. The file is like on the end of it. It works like a standard screwdriver. So I don't use this knife very much to cut things, but it's a good knife to have in a case of an emergency. Honestly, I've used the toothpick a lot more than any tool on this knife. I've used the file to file my nails too. Yeah, I need to clip my nails. They're a little long. They're getting there. I always have this finger grow longer, and my thumb for some reason. And lastly, I'm going to pull out my Hornet, the Bestech Hornet. I would classify this as my tallest blade, and I don't know that for sure, but looking at my collection, I figured it was the tallest blade. So this is the Bestech Hornet. It features a 3.5 inch blade and a 4.5 inch handle. So 8 inches overall. So the Picaro still beats it by an inch for long length. But the blade belly is 1.5 inches tall. So it's pretty tall. I mean, this is a cool knife. This is a knife I pretty much bought at the beginning of 2020, getting into the hobby again. So I've always liked this knife. It's a sheep's foot blade, flat grind, and it's a flipper tab with a liner lock, and it's really drop shutty. The actions are very, very nice. It's on ball bearings, so you could choke up, but you don't need to choke up because the blade's generous, or the handle's generous. So So this would probably go down for my, what do you call it? Tall. And yeah, you know, let's weigh this knife too. Just for the hell of it, because I bet it's very heavy. 5.89 ounces. So it's heavier than this, the Picaro. And it's probably impossible for me to weigh the SD because it's on my keys. Let's try it. 0.74 ounces. All right. All right. Well, this is probably a piss poor video because if you saw my short, one of my cats chewed my lapel mic up, and I'm sure the audio is going in and out as I move. Anyway, yeah. I'll probably do an open tag challenge for everyone. I don't want to give you any hints, and then I don't want you to cheat too. So this probably will be a definite challenge for the under 1K wall reviewers. But my audience can take the challenge too. I would really dig if my audience took the challenge and made a video and showing me. I don't want to give it away, but you'll see it when I do the video. Take care, Wastelanders.